Hey, been a long time since I've done a video, so I thought it was about time that I do one. Now, one issue I have when I make videos is a lot of times what I say may not be very popular. So, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to cover a dream I had. Now, I know there are a lot of people on YouTube that have dreams. They tell all about these dreams. All sorts of dreams about prophecy. So many people have so many visions and dreams about prophecy. One person says this, and one person says this, and one person says this, and one person says that. Well, I don't claim to be a prophet. And another thing is, I don't attempt to profit from prophecy. Okay? I don't make a dime off of it. We have many people out there telling prophecy, and they're just padding their wallets with the prophecy they got. Now, that doesn't sit real well with me. But anyway, I'm going to tell about this dream I had. Was the dream a prophecy dream, or was it just a dream? I don't know. But anyway, this happened several years ago. I don't know how long ago because I just never thought much about it. I've told people here and there about it. But anyway, the dream took place out at where I was a child, where I lived out in the country. And what I remember was I was standing near a row of trees. And there were several people from the family that was around talking and stuff. And I remember this one person, a family member I won't mention. There's a reason. And the next thing I know, I looked over towards the east. Now, most storms come from the west. Over in this east was black. I mean, black clouds, dark black. And I was looking at that. And then I saw 4 distinct lightning bolts. Now, they was somewhat in the middle of this. Does that mean anything? Middle, east? I don't know. But right after the lightning bolts hit, I looked around and everybody was gone except this one person. This one person isn't serving God. But anyway, the next thing I know, I walked in to the house. The house was still there, the old house. And I walked in this room, and around this table was setting food, and it was so colorful and brilliant. It was beautiful. And all around it was setting people. And they were my family members, a bunch of them that I didn't recognize or know. It was like they come from a long time ago or something. Huh. But it was beautiful. So, here's what I gather from this. And this is where I'll make some enemies probably. If, and I say if, this was a prophetic dream, I believe the 4 lightning bolts represented something. Now, in the dreams in the Bible, they usually represented a time period or something. They had significance. And the best I can come from this is coffee. The storm, to me, could represent 2 different things. Number 1, could it represent the beginning of the Great Tribulation? The Great Tribulation lasts 3.5 years. Or could it be the beginning of the 7-year period where people talk about, I don't go along with a 7-year tribulation, but there is 7 years that is spoken of in the book of Daniel. They're missing. So anyway, I got to thinking, and this is where people get upset with me. Could that mean that if it was great tribulation, could the lightning bolts represent 4 months' time and then the rapture? In other words, 4 months into the great tribulation, the rapture would take place. Again, this is a dream. Now, then I thought, what if that was the 7 years of trouble maybe coming to the earth, and that represented 4 years until the rapture of the church? The odd thing about it is, either way, that's only a 2-month difference. If it's 4 years into the 7 years or 4 months into 3.5 years. Now, someone may say, well, that can't be. We're going before the 7 years. We're not going to be here. Because the movies Left Behind and the books Left Behind that made millions of dollars says so. Prophet from prophecy. Now, again, I hope we go before all those troubled times. I want to be wrong in the things I believe may happen. But just because I do not have doctor behind my name and ton of money does not mean I'm wrong. And it doesn't mean I'm right. But, however, if in Revelation 13, when the Antichrist is making the scene and he starts issuing the mark, that happens at the end of chapter 13. And in that chapter 13, he states, and he will overcome the saints. Now, someone would say, I would say, what saints were supposed to be gone? Oh, the ones that Left Behind talks about that made all the money. Okay. If you want to believe that, that's fine. Again, it's a dream. Whether it's pre, mid, post, whatever, be ready. But now, if that be the case, people believing that, tell me who the group of people are that are in heaven in chapter 15, verse 2 of Revelation, right before the wrath of God. Okay? There's a great multitude. Who are they? Those are they who overcame the beast. Okay, so in 13, the beast overcomes the saints. In chapter 15, those are those that overcame the beast. Does that mean they died? Or they overcame the beast and was taken up to heaven in the rapture? By the way, that's in chapter 15 too, is right after, at the end of chapter 14, where Jesus had a sickle and made a harvest, which is right after the 144,000 or the first fruits were redeemed from the earth. 144,000 first fruits, harvest, bunch of people in heaven. Again, people are going to interpret the Bible the way they want to interpret the Bible. I don't know. I tend to believe from what I studied, because I asked God to show me once. So no matter what anybody says, I have to go by what I believe God showed me from what I read. In this dream, only if that is a dream from God, a prophetic dream, pretty much tells me what's going to happen. We would go part the way through. There'll be a lot of people killed, and then part the way through, we are delivered from that, because the group in Revelation 15:2 sing the song of Moses. What is that? Song of deliverance. People that crossed the Red Sea didn't get killed, did they? I could go in detail in that because I have, but I just wanted to share that dream with you. Now, many people think, oh, we're going to get out of here and we don't have to worry about anything. Well, I think we need to prepare for hard times. I can't seem to get people to hear me when I talk about this. Many people say, well, God will provide. Yes, he provides. He provides the ground to grow food. He provides animals to be able to eat. He provides the rain. He provides all these things. There's only a couple times that I remember that the supernatural feeding. There may be more, and that's the widow with Elijah, and when Elijah was fed by the birds. God took care of him. How many people can call fire down from the sky that you know? I don't know that we're a bunch of Elijahs. I don't believe God has a welfare system. If you look at Joseph was a prepper. God warned him, and there's plenty of warnings in the Bible. So with that, if we're going to go through some of this time, why doesn't the church do what they can to prepare to help people in the time of troubles? How much would that make the light of the church shine if they could help people in the various times of trouble and lead them to God? Instead of saying, I ain't going to worry about it, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm not going to have to go through everything. I'm not going to sit and study the Bible and find out the truth. I'm going to believe what I want to do. I watched that movie, and I saw what's going to happen. Again, I don't mind being wrong, but I got some pretty good evidence. So I'm saying, people, we may not have a lot of time left on this earth before troubles come. I have another dream I may share at another time. And again, is it a dream? Is it prophetic? I'm not going to make millions of dollars off of this dream. This dream was pretty vivid, and it makes sense from what I studied. But the main thing is to study for ourselves. I don't want to argue over the timing of the rapture. However, I want to know the truth. What is the truth? I ask God to show me the truth. But anyway, I just want to share this dream, and I wanted people to think about it. Could you imagine what a light the church could be if they were prepared for hard times and could help their fellow man in these hard times? How many people could be won? Now, the bad part of that is, what if someone is preaching adamantly in a pre-trib before 7 years rapture, which could be, but let's say they're preaching that, and then you see an antichrist sign a treaty or whatever happens, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, we're not supposed to be here. What would the people think of that person that was adamantly teaching that? I say teach all the theories and let people pray to God and learn and see what they think about that. Because in the end times, what would happen if there comes a man who's claiming to be Jesus in the Middle East, claims to be Jesus, and says, you got it all wrong. I'm Jesus, look, and does miracles? So here's this guy claiming to be Jesus, doing miracles, saying you got it all wrong, and here's this preacher said you're supposed to be gone and you aren't. Even the very elect could be deceived, couldn't they? This is just food for thought that I wanted to share. And I thank you for listening and watching.